So in one of my more recent videos, I talked with you about one of the more common things that people experience when they're in a toxic work environment is the feelings of burnout. But tonight, let's talk about one of the other really common and even maybe even more damaging aspects of a toxic work environment. That's a lack of confidence. And why is it so bad? Well, a lack of confidence when you're in a toxic workplace is bad for several reasons. One, the longer you're there, the worse it gets, obviously, right? So by the time you finally get out of that toxic work environment, if you've been in it for a long time, it's going to take, oftentimes it takes twice as long to rebuild your confidence as it took for you to lose your confidence. And, so if that's, if you're in a toxic work environment for just 3 years and one of the things you experience the most of is the loss of confidence, well, then it's going to take you 6 more years to get that confidence back to the level that it should have been at to begin with. And that's 9 years of your career that have been used up and have prevented you from excelling to the degree you want to excel. And so the longer you're in those sorts of environments, the worse it's going to be, and the longer it is to get your confidence back. And I've talked to clients who just really struggle to get it back. And so a lot of those clients, and I certainly would recommend this to you if you find yourself in a situation, but I recommend to those clients that they actually seek some professional help as well as career coaching help, to really talk to a therapist or a professional about how they can get that back, to get their mojo back, so to speak. And so I will just speak from my own personal experience. The loss of confidence has a number of different sources when you're in a toxic work environment. And sometimes toxic work environments don't necessarily create that loss of confidence, but, it's very frequent that that's one of the symptoms of it. And so, when you're in those environments, you're constantly criticized. It doesn't matter how good you're doing, how much revenue you're generating, how happy clients are. It's just never enough for the people that you report to or the leadership at your firm, because they're always going to nitpick about something that's unrelated to client service, it's unrelated to doing good at your job. And eventually, no matter how confident you are going into a job like that, that just wears you down. The constant criticism, the constant second guessing. The gaslighting. Gaslighting is so common in a toxic workplace where, those people make you feel like you're the problem, that it's your fault that you're being criticized, it's your fault that things are the way they are, when that's not the case at all. And so I really want to encourage you when you're in those, if you are in a toxic workplace right now, if you are feeling like you don't have the confidence you used to have in your ability to do your job, I really want to encourage you to step back and I even tell my clients, spend some time. I'm not a big person who journals, but this has been so helpful for me in my own journey in my career, and I recommend my clients do as well. But spend some time journaling and just think back, however long your career has been. You don't have to write a lot of detail, but just write down the accomplishments that you've had over your career. Don't think too much about them. Don't worry about grammar or punctuation, but just get everything out on a page. All the things that you've done that you're proud of in your career, put them down on a page, type them in a document, do whatever, make a voice note if you need to do a voice note. But do it, and then go back and read it. And what I would tell you to do is write it down and then close your book for a little while, maybe a day, maybe less than a day, maybe only an hour, depending on where you are, and then open it up and just read it to yourself again. And I'm telling you, that will help you so much to go back and see all the things you've accomplished in your career. And I did that. It was about a year and a half ago. I was really kind of struggling because it was like my third toxic work environment in 4 jobs. And I kept, and I was really struggling with a loss of confidence, thinking, man, is this on me? Because it seems to be happening too frequently for it to be a coincidence. But it was just a bad coincidence. It was a bad set of jobs that I had. And I went back and I said, look at all these things I've accomplished in my career. And a lot of them I've done on my own. Some of them I've done with really high-performing teams, but I was still involved in it, so I still played a role in the success of the project, the success of whatever we were doing for our clients. And I was able to look back and be like, you know what, I'm really fucking good at this job. Excuse the language. I am good at this job. I know this job. And you know what? These people I'm working for, they clearly don't appreciate me. They don't understand the value that I bring to the firm or the value that I bring to the clients, because look at all this value that I've brought to the firms and clients I've worked for in the past. And honestly, for me, it was like an instant motivational boost. I'm like, you know what? I am good at this job. And it's really a shame that the people I'm working with don't recognize it and don't appreciate it and can't leverage how great I am at this job for their benefit. And again, it's not an exercise in arrogance. It's not an exercise in overconfidence. It's an exercise to get that confidence back that you've lost, that's been taken from you by being in a toxic work environment. And I promise you, if you engage in that exercise, you just think back about the things you've accomplished. And they don't have to be big things, and it can even be things you accomplished in school or in college, wherever it may be. And it doesn't have to be professional things, even things you've accomplished that were maybe outside of work, volunteer things that you've done. Like all of those things, to think back on the positive impact you've had will help you get your mojo back and help you restore that confidence. But the last thing you have to do, and this is one of the most important things you have to do, is you have to get out of that work environment. If you are in that environment now that's causing you to feel burnt out, to feel like you don't have any confidence, to feel shame, to feel embarrassment, whatever it is that you're feeling, you've got to get out of that work environment. I can't tell you how important it is to get out of that work environment. And I know it's been tough. There's been times when I felt like I couldn't leave a work environment because I had a family to support. Man, I honestly wish I would have left, because the amount of work and effort it took to get what was lost back, I don't know. I feel like I could have made it work out somehow financially for my family, so I could avoid that. So anyways, seriously, if you're in that spot, please work your butt off to get out of there. You are a rock star. You are great at your job. You need to find a place that you are celebrated. You need to find a place where your contributions are noticed and recognized and appreciated. So, as I've been saying in all my videos, if you would like to talk to me for one hour free to talk about your career development, what your career options might look like, I'll put the link to my calendar here in this video. It's either going to be in the bio or I'll put in the comments below. And you can find me there. Book some time on my calendar. Love to talk to you. Love to chat with you about what you're trying to get out of your career. Give you some free advice, free ways to strategize about what you're looking to do. So anyways, as always, I welcome your comments, messages. Look forward to hearing from you guys soon. Talk to you soon.